Hello, good people. How's everyone doing? I trust that everyone is doing well. Thanks for tuning in. It's good to be back home in my studio, right? Anyway, thanks for tuning in. And I am Chris Bridges, and this is where we meet to talk about my financial journey, and maybe I could share some tips or drop some nuggets, some knowledge that you can use to help one, grow your financial knowledge, and two, to begin to grow your wealth. So, with that being said, let's get into it. Um, what am I going to talk about this week? What am I going to discuss? Well, I had some thoughts throughout the week, as always. Had some conversations and what have you, and so it dawned on me what I want to talk about, and that is I need the stock market. So we can look at it that I need the stock market. We can look at it that you need the stock market, or we can look at it that we need the stock market. But either way the case may go, may be, we all need the stock market. Um, there are multiple ways to grow your wealth, to invest, right? And there's real estate, there's stock market, there's the crypto market, there is starting your own business and what have you. Of course, the avenue that I talk about here on my channel is, at least currently, stock and crypto. Those are two vehicles, two avenues by which you can go about investing and building your knowledge. There is, of course, excuse me, there's day trading, there's swing trading, there's long-term hold investing, and what have you. I would think, I would recommend you get into investing. And as you begin to learn and know about investing, I think that will help your day trading journey. Once you get into day trading, you learn to build you a nice size portfolio first, and then you want to, wow, I had an alert pop up on a crypto, one that would be considered crap coin, right? And that is CAW, CAW. I can't even think of the whole name. I would have to put it up on my tablet, but anyway, the alert I got showed me that it was up 11%. Yesterday it was up 10%, and then another point yesterday it was down 5%. When I said wow, I had thought about early yesterday. I was up and doing some things, had errands and a few jobs to do, and I looked at it and I was contemplating dropping about $1,000 in it and watch it. If it runs up, pull it out. I just wanted to use it as a vehicle to generate a few funds, but said, nah, I don't want to tie up the money and it don't do anything, or it takes way too long. I watch it go up and down. Then I saw that up 10%. I was like, man, I should have followed my first thought. And then today I see it up 11%. So if I would have done it on yesterday, watch it run up, watch that $1,000 run up 10%. That's only $100, but would have been a very short time. And then when it dropped back down, I would have got back in, rinse and repeat, and I see it back up 11%. So you would have made a little bit over that. Anyway, that ain't what I was, got off track. I seen the notification pop up. I said we were talking about I need the stock market, you need the stock market, we need the stock market. I had intended to look something up and I got sidetracked doing other things. So let me try to look this up right quick. Anyway, yes, we need the stock market, and I'll say as to why I believe we all need the stock market. Um, AI. We all know about AI. We all see everything that's going on with AI, and AI will not be going away anytime soon. So, with that being said, um, wow, I'm not the greatest at multitasking, but yeah. So with AI, it's very real. I mean, it's a good thing, yes. Sometimes it's a good thing. Sometimes it's a bad thing. Depends on how you look at it, and depends on what your career path in life is. So, what I personally have been seeing and learning about AI, I've been fortunate enough. I work in different arenas, different atmosphere, and I meet a lot of people, learn about a lot of different things, see a lot of different things that's going on in the community, in the area, what have you. So, with that being said, I met some gentlemen not long ago, and they said they were here for conference slash. They had an interview with a few prominent companies here in my area of Savannah, Georgia, and so it was very broad at first, right? We were together maybe 30 minutes. So it was very broad in what they said. I said, okay, logistics is my lingo. So what are you saying? I don't get logistics and AI. Can you give me some clarity? Well, we were talking about automating, and they said something. So my wheels started spinning. I said, oh, you want to automate the process of handling material, which is currently done by people like myself, right? So, and I could see the value in what he was saying, and I could see how it would reduce head counts in different places who could afford to invest into that automation system, right? That AI system. So what am I saying here? Same thing as with Walmart. We go to Walmart, different grocery stores, different stores, and you see all of these self-checkout lines, and we see less and less and less cashiers, right? So it's eliminating head count, and everything that goes on with head count. So you hire a person, you got your taxes, you got to pay on the person, health benefits, 401k, and what have you. So it's a conglomerate of expenses that goes along with each person covered on your payroll, right? So if a company can reduce that head count and reduce all of those expenses and just have a electronic system that's going to take care of that, so you paid it one time and then you reap the benefits of the returns and the gains off of that one expense. But when you hire someone, when you hire a person, a physical person, that is an expense that goes along with each person, right? And that's an expense week over week, month over month, year over year, yada, 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 right? So that is why Walmart and these other big companies are getting the electronic checkout and having one person over there for a shift to, monitor it, issues and what have you. Well, so that's AI, that's electronic, that's AI. Same thing with so many jobs that are currently handled by a lot of people. The people will be reduced because a lot of businesses are going to be going with AI, or they're going to be trying to save up funds so they can get AI in and reduce the amount of people that they need to be productive, efficient, proficient at increasing their whatever it is they produce, sales or what have you, and you'll turn it over to an electronic function. In other words, automated AI system. Saying that to say, if we know we have a job that can be eliminated or reduced by AI, then it would behoove you to start looking for another career or another way to begin to grow your wealth. Okay, I didn't do a lot of homework and some of the things I'm about to discuss, but we can always fact check anything anyone give us. We can go Google, we can go read, we can go investigate, research, whatever it takes for you to gain your knowledge to make a better decision, whatever you need to do to learn more about something so you can capitalize off that knowledge you have. So why do we need the stock market? There's that thing called compound interest from investing, right? Investing, regardless of what investing avenue or tool you use, is meant to grow over time, right? It's meant, so if you begin to invest into good quality growth stock, right, and you need to hold on to it 5 to 10 years to really see the compounding return, right? So if you are 18 or you are 20, and 18 is how you have to be to open up a brokerage account, 18 and above, right? So if you're 20 and you have some sort of income and you start investing $100 a month in 2 decades, let me say that again, in 2 decades, 10 years make up 1 decade, so 2 decades would be 20 years. You would have somewhere around, if you're investing $100 a month, or if you're investing $25 a week, that equals to that $100 a month with compound interest and with dividend. 2 decades later, you'll have somewhere around $750 to $1 million, right? Let me say that again. So if you're in your 20s, it would work close to the same thing. If you're in your 30s, then you would have to, of course, increase that. And if you're in your 40s, of course, you would have to greatly increase that $100 a month, because as you're in your 40s, you know, 2 decades would be 60 years. You would be 60 years old, and that might be more out of your planning, what have you, or if you're 50 or if you're 60. But the point is, and let me finish, where would you be putting that 100? You would put it into something that tracks that the S&P 500, the top 500 stocks across the stock market, right? So you could go with S&P, you could go with one of my favorites, VOO, right? Or you could go with something like VTI, and the list goes on and on and on. You could do the research, or you could just choose VOO, VTI, or S&P. It doesn't matter. Either is going to do the same thing. I don't know what you're talking about. Well, some things you would have to do a little legwork yourself to, one, fact check and make your decision. You could download Robinhood, you could download Moomoo, you could download Webull. All of these things are in my bio on the app. You could click it from my link and you would get some free stuff. I'll get some free stuff. I don't really follow it. A lot of my mentors push it heavily, and it makes a lot of sense to push it heavy and for you to join from the link. But whoever link you join, it's always a promotion going on, and both parties would get the benefit of the promotion, the one who link you use as well as yourself for utilizing it. So that's one way to grow your wealth. Another way to grow your wealth would be continually building your financial knowledge, and not just investing into the safe ETF, but investing into great opportunity of beat down growth stocks, right? So the main intent of the day is to come at approaching from the fact that we all need the stock market to grow our wealth. And as you grow your wealth in the stock market, you can eventually begin to take some of that money and accumulate property. Property would then become a part of your investing portfolio. The list just, it's so much I can say, but the main thing is we need to do something. Everyone, if you are in the land of the living, okay, we can break it down further than that. If you are breathing, again, in the land of the living, you need to put a portion of your money to work. If you are out of your 20s, if you're above the age of 20, I mean, you're already in the 30s or 40s or what have you, then, if you're in your 20s, you need to start this like yesterday. If you're in your 30s, you need to start this like yesteryear. If you're in your 40s, you need to start this like yesterdecade. You get the hint. You get the clue. So we need to put a portion of our money to work. I can't tell you how much you need to put to work. Only you can decide that yourself. What fits your pocket, what fits your budget. And as you begin to see your portfolio grow, then you hopefully will become more and more inspired to make more sacrifices and put more in. It may be certain times of the year where you could put more in. It may be times when you're able to make more overtime. It may be times when you have time to do a side hustle like Uber or Uber Eats or DoorDash or Instacart, and the list goes on and on and on. Or maybe you cut grass, or maybe you do catering on the side. Whatever the case may be, you need to take put a portion of your money and put it to work in the stock market and or crypto. Then you need to do a little research on a regular basis to begin to grow your financial knowledge. You have YouTube. You have, I like to say, Google is your friend, right? You can go to Google and you can Google things for yourself to figure out what's going on. Excuse me, NVIDIA is about to do a split. NVIDIA has gone up over $1,100, right? NVIDIA will be doing a 10-for-1 split, I believe around the 10th of this month. So if you can afford it at 11, fine. If not, wait till the split. The price will drop down somewhere around, divide 10 into 1,100. That would be like, what, 110, somewhere thereby, or 114 or 115, whatever it is at the time of the split. That is what it would be divided by 10. That is what the price will drop down to. And then you can begin to buy NVIDIA. Why would I buy NVIDIA? Because it dropped? Well, a bunch of analysts has been saying over the next 3 years or so, somewhere thereby, they anticipate NVIDIA, because of AI and what have you, and the high need of the NVIDIA chips, it's expected to double or triple in value. Let that soak in for a moment. So what do you get at 1,100, or what do you get it at the price of where it drops to after the split? Either way it go, it's going to equal to nice money for you over the next 2 to 3 years if you're patient a little bit, right? And so that's just one opportunity out there. There are always opportunities to make money in the market. Whether the market is going up, there's opportunities. Whether the market is going down, there's opportunities. Whether the market is trading sideways, there's always opportunities. But as you build your financial knowledge, then you learn how to take advantage of certain opportunities presented to you in the stock market. In order to find those opportunities, you have to build your financial knowledge so you can interpret financial news going on around the world, so you can interpret political news going on around the world, so you can interpret things that are going to affect the markets because of upcoming wars or whatever the case may be. There is always money to be made, but in order to make the money, you have to know how to make the money on your regular job. In order to get a promotion, in order to get an increase, in order to be selected for this or selected for that, there has to be something different about you for management or for leadership to select you, right? Either you're learning your job well, or you do your job quickly, or you do your job efficiently, proficiently, something. You have to bring something to the table for someone to select you. When a young man is looking for a young woman, something about that young woman has to capture his attention, whether it's her beauty, whether it's her personality, whether it's her smile, whatever the case may be. Vice versa, if it's a young lady and she sees a young man, something has to catch her eye, right? Something has to get her attention. Same way with the stock market. Same way when you go to buy a car, something has to catch your eye. Something has to appeal to you. Same way in the stock market. Same way in crypto. But you have to be able to look at things and read it. If you can learn the charts, if you know how to read the charts, if you know how to understand the charts, if you can identify what the chart is revealing to you, then that's another avenue to help you make money in the markets. I want to encourage you to get you a brokerage account. even if you're using Vanguard or Fidelity or Charles Schwab or E-Trade or whatsoever brokerage account you want, you got to get up off the sideline. You got to get your brokerage account, and you got to start investing money on a regular basis. Whether you're doing $5 a week, $10 a week, $20 a week, $100 a week, I don't know. It's up to you. Whether you're doing $500 a week or $1,000 a week, it's all up to you. You make your money, or you make your returns based off of what you put in. You make your returns based off of the wiser and wiser decisions you make as to where it is you're investing in, what it is you're investing in, what company, what stock, what commodity, what have you. And you'll begin to learn once you get in. I mean, nobody learns how to drive the car overnight, right? It takes practice and more practice and more practice and more practice, and then you get it down pat, and you begin to get out there in the real world and drive, and you begin to see and interpret what the car in front of you is doing based on their speed and their angle that the car is going. You begin to be able to figure out, anticipate their next move, right? When you see somebody coming up on the stop sign, cutting across your direction, right? You can interpret whether they're going to stop or slow down or not stop at all, because something you can do that. If your peripheral view is picking up on it and acknowledging what's going on, then you can make a sound decision of whether you need to speed up or jam your brakes or turn or whatever the case may be, right? But that's only when you're paying attention to these things, right? So if you're in the passenger seat, 9 times out of 10, you're not paying attention to those things. Same things when you're sitting on the sideline. You pay attention to the game, but you're only so tuned in, right? Well, once you get out there on that playing field, oh, you tuned in, you're locked in. If not, somebody's hitting you, knocking you out, or running by you, or scoring on you, or whatever the case may be. They can embarrass you because you're not paying attention, because you don't understand how the game is going. You don't have a clue of the rhythm and what's going on. But you start learning, right? Same way with investing. Got to get in the game, got to pay attention, got to observe, got to learn, got to grow, and then your money will do the same thing. It will begin to grow. All right, I'm trying not to beat a nail to death or hammer the nail to death. Just got to try to be committed to my Sundays at 5 o'clock. Last Sunday, I do apologize. I started dropping the video. I made the video. I started dropping it at like 4:15. I was out of town. I was on the road, enjoying family. And for some reason, I don't know if it was bad reception or what the case may be, I had it on Wi-Fi, I took it off Wi-Fi, it did not matter. It appeared to me that it did not upload to YouTube till like 7:30 that night or what have you. So I apologize, that wasn't my fault. I made a short, quick video, I dropped it. Please forgive me. YouTube was not working with me that day. What else can I say? I had a lot of thoughts going on in my head, but right now, we went out to dinner. I had something to eat. I'm a little tired. My belly is full. I want a nap. I want to go watch a movie with my companion and what have you. But I really wish you guys all the best. Hopefully you get a greater hunger and a thirst for growing your financial knowledge. It is Sunday, right? So let me see if I could come up with some Sunday inspiration, maybe in line or in tune with what it is I was talking about. I have a ton of favorite scriptures, right? And one of them is, as a man thinketh, so is he. I don't know where it's coming from right off the top of my head, but I could type it in here right quick and pull it up, but anyone could type it in YouTube and figure out where the scripture is found. But as a man thinketh, so is he. So the thoughts that you feed your mind, or the thoughts you allow your mind to be fed off of, you are whatever it is you eat, right? So if you eat a bunch of bad things, you are going to reap whatever comes along with those things that you're taking into your body that is not good for you, right? Case in point, myself, excuse me, my doc was saying not long ago when I went in for a routine physical, he said that the last three times you've been here to see me, your sugar count has gone up 5 points. And if it goes up one more time, then you're going to be considered diabetic. And that's going to not work well with some of the things that I currently have you on. Things like cholesterol, high blood pressure, right? It's going to throw all of that off, and we'll have to find other stuff that holds those things in check, right? So, long story short, you got to cut back on your sugar, you got to cut back on your fried food, you got to cut back on these things, on that things. You got to find a way to get your numbers going down or holding pat. So I can choose to keep on eating the things that I've been eating, even though I don't think they were bad. I can choose to keep on drinking all the sweet tea that I drink, and I love drink sweet tea, and I like it to be sweet, right? That's why it's called sweet tea. But he said cut back on all that stuff. So all I'm saying is you are what you eat. Same thing mentally. If you're feeding yourself good thoughts, if you are growing your knowledge, whether it's financially, whether it's health-wise, whether it's for, as a husband or as a father or as a grandparent or on your job or in your driving habits, whatever it is you're growing, then you're growing your ability to better do that thing. Whatever it is you're allowing yourself to take in that's not good for you, then you're going to reap the benefits that goes along with that bad habit, that bad thought. So what we want to learn how to think is, like they say, oh, positive mind thinking. Well, that's one way to look at it. But if it's good, it's just good. Good is going to be positive. So good and positive go hand in hand. Some of my mentors love to say, if you can't believe you could be successful at investing, if you don't believe you could be successful at putting a percentage of your money to work, then you're not going to be able to do it, because your biggest battle is for yourself and your own mind. As a man thinketh, so is he. You got to begin to have good thoughts about, I can be a better husband, I can do my job better, I can perform my job better, I can learn my job. I know it's been hard, but it's not impossible. How do I know it's not impossible? This company, this job has been around for a long time. If it's been around for a long time, somebody has been able to do this job. If somebody else can do it, why can't I? I can do it. I can repeat. I could duplicate what somebody else did, right? I can repeat it if I see it's been repeated before, right? If I've seen something done before, if I watch it enough, eventually I'll get it right. And as I begin to get it right, I'll begin to practice it. And as I practice it, I'll get better and better. After a while, I'm going to master this thing. And then I'm going to master the next thing. And whatever the obstacle is in front of me, hey, my dad raised me, taught me a certain way. Nothing is impossible unless you give up, unless you quit. If you don't give up, if you don't quit, and you keep on trying, sooner or later you'll be one of the best persons who knows how to do that thing. So I believe in being the best at anything it is I do. At least in my mind, I'm going to be the best, right? And if I'm not the best today, that's okay. And one of these tomorrows. Yeah, so as a man thinketh, so is he. Believe you can learn this game. Believe you can do this game of investing. Believe you can do it well. Believe you can have life-changing money. It's not an impossible thing. I heard it. I said, wow, that sounds good, but I don't think this thing is all about that. I didn't think it once upon a time. But once I got in, once I started putting a portion of my money to work, and once I seen that growing, and I seen it growing very well, because it was a bull market, right? What do bulls do? Bulls run full speed ahead. They charge. Okay, I did not know it was a bull market to the market flipped and it became a bear market. What do bears do? They hibernate. So my mentor started teaching about there was now a bear market, and then they were talking about what a bull market was and how long the last bull market had lasted. I'm like, wow, that's why my money was doing so great, because it was a bull market. I didn't even know it. If I would have knew it, I probably would have hit it harder than what I did. The point is, I seen my money work. I seen it run hard. I seen it charging hard like a bull, right? And I started doing it more and more and more. I started making sacrifices, and I wasn't just doing 40% of this side hustle. I started doing 80% of the side hustle. I started doing 80% of this other side hustle I was doing. I started putting in all of the stimulus checks. I started putting in all of my tax return. I started putting in all of my bonus on my job, and I was watching all that money go to work, and it was like blowing my mind. And then I heard them say, my mentors was talking about the bear market we were in. If you're able to invest throughout a bear market, which means you have a budget in place, which means you're able to put money away, which means you now have a portion of your money that you can put to work. You have more and more because you've been making sacrifices. They say if you can afford to invest throughout a bear market, then you could make life-changing money. I said, what is life-changing money? So I started hearing what they were saying. So it depends on what you put in. You know, you may be able to put in X amount of money in a year. You put that X amount of money in a year if you made halfway decent decisions after the bear market, about a year, you know, after the bear market. How long do bear markets last? They normally last anywhere from 6 months to a year and a half, yada, yada, yada. But, you know, it's like you put in, let's say you put in 10,000 throughout that year, you could probably expect a 30% increase of that, right? And then somebody was saying a 3x. If you do really build your financial knowledge and make some better decisions, you can 5x your money, or you can 10x your money. And I say, okay, now I'm seeing what life-changing money is. I mean, if I got 100,000 in this thing now and I'm still putting in $800 a month, then, you know, after this bear market, I could have, let's say, 10x times whatever this is, $800 a year plus the 100,000 and a 10x on top of that. Wow, that would look pretty good. Even if I don't hit the 10x, let's say I just 3x it. Yeah, that could be life-changing money. Let that sink in. Somebody like, wow, I don't have that kind of money. You may not have that kind of money. Let's say in a matter of 2 years into a bear market, which we're on the upswing out of the bear market. Let's say you put in a total of $3,800 a year. So 38 times 2 would be 3 times 2 is 6. 8 times 2 is 16. 3 and 16 is what? 3, 4, $4,600, right? He took a long time to come up with that. Wasn't a race to me. And I didn't have a device to delve in the punch it in. I just used rough math. So 4,600. So 4,600 times 10. It's like over 46,000 that you 10x because you sacrificed for 2 years. Okay, we throw that out the window. We just throwing out thoughts. We just making you think. We just challenging your way of thinking. All right, so I'm getting ready to close here. My inspiration for the day was, as a man thinketh, so is he. So make sure you're putting good thoughts into you to keep your mind up. Just say how I'm feeling. I'm feeling way up. I feel blessed, right? Whatever. So I'm not a rapper. I just do what I do. So I hope everyone is doing well. Hopefully I've said something to uplift you in your financial game, to uplift you in building your financial knowledge, and maybe I just uplifted you, period. But anyway, hopefully I've said something to encourage you to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate your help. And with that being said, I wish you guys all the best. Take care and be blessed continually, my friend.